Hi guys, Shinji72 here. First of all, thank you for all the nice comments you have posted on my last video. One of you in particular said something about a certain quest mod which has been updated, and the creator of this mod is Vigilant, a Japanese modder, the same creator of Dark Souls inspired Vigilant and Bloodborne inspired Glenmoril. Two of my favorite quest mod ever, so let's take a look at this update and welcome to another trip to UNSLAAD Updated. Kindly brought to you by Skyrim Watch, of course. So, I already made a review of UNSLAAD when he came out kind of 2 years ago, and compared to Vigilant it was rather small. Now that I have played Dark Souls a little more, I see that it's clearly inspired by the painted world. You go there through a kind of portal, and it's located it's not located in Skyrim, but in a kind of alternate reality, and there is ice everywhere, snow. You get there by a bridge. There was a cat guiding you, there was a curse to dispel, and there was a story about mixing women with dragons. Talking snowballs, there were different endings, and it was all located inside this castle up on these snowy hills. And that was all, and everybody was happy with it. Everybody thought it was the end of the story, but then, a few weeks ago, with great surprise I think, the mod has been updated. New quests and new worlds. Okay, let's have a look. I've finished. It took some times, a lot of traveling across this ice landscape, also kind of a bit of traveling across time and space. It has been a spectacular journey and also an emotional one, at least in one or two scenes. This quest is a trip in a world which is part Miyazaki, part Dark Souls, part Skyrim. You will have to cross multiple areas, some of them quite big. You will need some orientation skills, because most of the time they are very similar each other, ice, snow. Easy to get lost sometimes. One flaw I can see is that the quest is quite linear. You will have just to push on fighting hordes of these blackish, greasy enemies. All the NPCs you will meet, they talk about you as the Dragonborn, so you will better be one for the sake of consistency. And your character better be quite high level, because the fighting can be very tough. There are some custom spells you will find around. Some of them, like this one, are somewhat entertaining. It will create a crystal up in the air, shooting ice shards all around. The problem is that the shards will kill your enemies, but also yourself. So cast the spell and get the fuck out of the area. And then, after hours of reckless slaughter, the game will kind of pause, and there are these moments of talking with new NPCs, and the dialogue feels a lot like Dark Souls, really captured that feeling of mystery, in the sense it's really difficult to understand what is going on. It's never clearly and directly stated. It's really up to you to understand what is the story about, to connect all the dots, a bit like in Dark Souls. All the new dialogues have already been translated from Japanese by Elar, as she did for Vigilant and Glenmoril. But the voiced dialogue, they will have to wait, because this is not the definitive version of these quests. and that is basically because it seems that all the Vikna quest mod are going to be connected. So there are some characters which will appear here in Vigilant, in Glenmoril, and since Glenmoril is still in development, we will have to wait for it to be finished, because of course there will be some modification to the dialogue, at the least also for UNSLAAD and perhaps also for Vigilant. So unfortunately the voiced dialogue will have to wait, it will be the last thing to be done. But hopefully in the end we will have another masterpiece of Skyrim modding. 3 huge quest mods, each one telling one part of the same story. Now it's up to you to decide to play UNSLAAD now. For me it's totally playable, if you can forgive the absence of the voiced dialogue. Just let me give you 2 words of advice. First of all, how to begin this new version of the story after the previous version endings. Just go to the new guest room and read this note on the table. Your new adventure will start from there. This is the beginning, and now let me give you an advice about the ending. If you see this, the ending credits, well, don't get yourself fooled, this is not the end, just keep on digging and be aware that perhaps the best and most intense part of this quest is right after the ending credits. And that's all from UNSLAAD and Skyrim. Hope you did enjoy this video. Please write down below if you intend to play UNSLAAD now, and if you did, your feeling about it. See you next for the next video. This was Change72. Bye!